again, it's me, Boo, and I'm back for part three of the unlaunched fragrances from the House of Sebastiane. These are total unisex. The next two I'm going to talk about. Actually, one of them's really masculine. So, and I have talked to Robert, and it sounds like Espresso Royale will be his first one launched, or his next one after Immortal Meadow, which was launched, I think, last month. And it's going to be the next one launched, it sounds like. And that will be end of the winter, beginning of springtime, somewhere in there. And it sounds like Urban Legend is going to be coming out as well after that. So I'm so excited. I can't wait to get a full bottle of both of those. So anyway, most of his fragrances, other than Immortal Meadow is very feminine, I think, and it appeals a lot to the ladies. Didn't appeal too much to the guys. And all the other fragrances that he's done, though, I think are very unisex, except for one that I'm going to talk about today. I think is really on the masculine side, and I can't pull it off. So, anyway, the first one I am going to tell you about is Wish Upon a Star, and I just have these little vials. And this one I'm really, really liking. And um, it's I would say a little more on the feminine side, but it's totally unisex in my opinion. And this Wish Upon a Star is almost the big brother to Immortal Meadow. I would almost call it, the Ohm version of Immortal Meadow, because it's got the blackberry and it's got grassy notes in there too, and they are fairly dominant. I know there's some other stuff in there too, but those two I really get right off the bat is the blackberry and the grass. And I'll tell you what's in it. What else is in it? Let's see. Top notes are blackberry and star anise. You know, you might get in the dry down a little bit of the anise. Actually, I don't get it as much in the top. A little bit in the dry down, but not much. It's really in the background. Magnolia and violet, and yeah, I would definitely say the violets are there too. That's probably why I associate it so much with Immortal Meadow, because I know the three main things that I smell in Immortal Meadow are grass, violet, and blackberry. And this one has the blackberry in the top, and the violet is also in the heart. And then the base, it has vetiver, sandalwood, and grass. But this appeals to me much more than Immortal Meadow. Like I said, Immortal Meadow is very feminine. And I'm just not as into the feminine fragrances as more the unisex to the more masculine side of unisex. I still don't go full tilt masculine machismo kind of fragrances. I can't pull those off. Which usually has a lot of leather in it. I tend to feel like leather, for some reason, I just really associate with men. Now this one, I will be getting a full bottle of this, Wish Upon a Star. I really like this. Like I said, I like it better than Immortal Meadow. I would give this easily an 8.5, Wish Upon a Star. Pushing the 9 out of 10 stars for his unlaunched line. But it is something I would wear much more often than Immortal Meadow. And like I said, I think it's like the big brother to that one. So the next one is the masculine one I was going to talk about. And this is called Kiss of the Vampire. And I get so much leather out of this that for me this is not unisex at all. It is a completely masculine fragrance. It's not something I'm going to wear. It's not something I'm going to purchase for myself. And honestly, I'm not really big into heavy leather fragrances. I tried Thierry Mugler's Angel Men, The Cure, or I don't know how you say that, the leather version, and I didn't like it either because it has a really prominent leather note. That to me is just all man. And I just feel very uncomfortable wearing heavy leather fragrances. It doesn't make me feel like myself, I guess. And so Kiss of the Vampire, that's mainly what I get. In the top notes, you get maybe a little bit of citrus there when you first put it on. And as everybody knows who tests a lot of fragrances, when you get the dabbers like this as opposed to the sprays, it can make a big difference on how they perform as to if it's spray or dauber. I tend to prefer spraying because I feel like there's a better performance with spraying. So anyway, I don't know why I got sidetracked on that, but this one, Kiss of the Vampire, the top notes are orange blossom. Oh wait, that surprises me, because this isn't a sweet fragrance. I wouldn't say at all. When you first put it on, like I said, there is some citrus in there, maybe some slight fruity notes that make it a little sweet, a little tangy on the top, which isn't normally my thing. The tangy part, I don't really go for the most part, and so I wasn't crazy about the top notes. And then when it dries down, it's all about leather to me, and I love the smell of leather on a guy, but not on me. The heart is jasmine, ylang ylang, rose, and violet. And then leather and suede is the base. And I think this is all about the base. I don't get a whole lot of florals in there at all. Maybe a touch of fruit when you first put it on, but I don't get a lot of the florals. I do kind of wish I did get more florals, because that would make it more unisex. It would kind of take the edges off of the leather. And it's definitely suede and leather in there. You get both of those. It's a very strong leather, and if it had more florals in it, I would probably be more inclined to wear it, but it's not one that I'm going to purchase for myself, like I said. However, Wish Upon a Star is definitely one I will be getting, because I feel like it's a matching pair to my Immortal Meadow. I really do feel like it's still unisex. I don't want to make it sound like it's masculine, because it's not. It's totally unisex. Immortal Meadow, though, I think is more on the feminine side of unisex, so that's why I call it the big brother. So anyway, those are still really incredibly well done fragrances. These aren't my favorites. I'm going from my favorites down to my least favorites. I still have a part 4 to do, and it doesn't mean that I don't appreciate the artistry that's involved in these. I really don't. In all fragrances, even the ones I dislike from all houses, I totally appreciate the artwork involved and the skill. I get that. Just because they don't appeal to my nose doesn't mean that I have any less respect for the house. Unless they're all stanky, and then I'm like, it's like that Tat Libre d'Orange, I don't know how you say that. I don't like anything from them thus far. I tried their 2 newest ones, and they're okay. But so I'm really inclined not to ever try their perfumes anymore, even though they have a buku bunch of them. But a house like Sebastiane and Hildy Soliani, those, I like a majority of them. And so, every time they're going to launch another fragrance, I'm going to get real excited about it. And chances are I'm going to love it. So, again, that's Wish Upon a Star and Kiss of the Vampire, and from the House of Sebastian. And I hope you have a happy holiday. Eh?